All right, everyone. So we're going to get started with principles of business, starting with chapter one, satisfying needs and wants. Um, in this chapter, as we begin principles of business, some things are going to overlap from financial literacy. So it may sound a little bit redundant, but as we continue going into principles of business, some things will change. But you do have the background foundation from financial literacy to understand some of these concepts. So, in this chapter, we're going to talk about the difference between needs and wants, and also between goods and services. Describing types of economic resources will be tomorrow. But please be sure to copy these key terms, 1-1 key terms, just like we set up for financial literacy, have it set up for principles of business. Don't forget to put your name on top of your paper, and it is to be written out in your notebook, not to be typed. Okay, so these are our key terms: needs, wants, goods, services, and economic resources. So what are needs and wants? So needs are those that we deem as essential for survival. Some examples are food, water, air, shelter, education, job, safety, transportation, healthcare, and medicine. And just like we spoke about it in financial literacy, some needs may be more essential to some people than others. For example, some people do require certain types of medication, and that is essential to someone else, as opposed to someone that may not need medication. Form of transportation, cell phone service. These are just a few differences that may be deemed essential for some people to be defined as a need. But in general, needs are those that we can't live without, and these are our basic um, forms of needs here that are listed. Then a want is something that feels good to own. It adds to the quality of our life. It gives us pleasure. It gives us a sense of um, accomplishing something beyond our need. And like we said before in financial literacy, there's nothing wrong with wanting things or getting wants, just as long as we are realistic about our money, our financial situation. So you may be wondering, well, how does this tie into principles of business and the economy in general? We will get into that later on as we get into it, but pretty much the same way we personally make decisions for our money, with our money, as far as budgeting, setting financial goals, saving or investing, or how do we decide where we're going to put our money to? Governments do this at a larger scale for their population. So this is where personal finance and principles of business meet together, because the concepts at the personal level are the same at the larger government level of how they make the decisions for their general population. Okay. However, as a population, needs and wants are unlimited. That means we all need something and we all want something. It's unlimited, it's endless. We could make a list of many things that we want, make a list of many things that we need. But that's where it's going to come to the question of, well, what do we really get as a society? How does a government make the decision to satisfy the needs of what their population needs? How does it decide to provide the wants of their population needs? Okay, so in our society in the United States, because our needs and wants are unlimited, companies and businesses are able to provide products and innovate different products and services to satisfy our needs and wants. That's why we have competition. That's why we have businesses making profit. because they know people need certain things and people want certain things, and they provide that product or service, and they profit off of that. Okay. So we're going to watch this little quick video that's going to really define between needs and wants. Let me just pull it up here. Oops. It is redirecting me to the YouTube video. And it says if your money is limited. So this is talking at a personal level, but like I said, the way this is going to tie into principles of business is that um, money is also limited at the government level. The government doesn't have an endless amount of money to provide the population with everything that they need or everything that they want, or else we wouldn't have poverty, right? Okay, let me just go back to my note. So it's just pretty much defining and remembering that the difference between a need and a want is that between a need and a want is that the need, we need it for survival. Okay, because many times we want something and then we say, well, I need it. I need those Air Jordans, or I need a new iPhone, or I need that PS5. That's not a need, that's a want. You can survive without those things. All right, goods and services. So what is a good? What is a service? A good is something that we can touch. This is a good. My computer's a good. My clothing, makeup is a good. Okay. All the products that we can physically use, that's tangible, that's a good. A service is something that you pay somebody else to do for you. That's a service. Okay, let's say if I cut hair, I'm a hairstylist, I'm providing a service. If I groom pets, I'm providing a service. When you go and you cable service, when you have cable at home, that's a service. Okay, cell phone service, landscaping is a service. Those are just a few examples. So the U.S. economy, so this is where we're tying this all in as far as needs and wants and goods and services, is okay, how does the U.S. economy work? Well, the U.S. economy is considered to have one of the largest consumers. That means we, as Americans, we love to spend. We love to use products. We love innovation. We love new products. We definitely live beyond our needs, not forget about means, because we really, as a society, don't save very well. We spend a lot. This is why we have so many products and so many companies come up with so many different things to provide us with just about everything that we want and need as well. So the higher income, that means the more money people make, the more people want to spend on wants. So they say, more money, more problems. That's pretty much the term, because when we have more money in our pocket, we spend more, and we tend to spend more on wants as opposed to needs. We satisfy our needs first, but the higher the income, the more wants. So how does that drive the economy? Again, it drives the economy because companies and businesses are able to provide those goods and services to us as the consumers. Okay, and that's what drives the US economy, is the businesses creating and providing the goods and the services for us Americans who are the consumers. All right, so we're going to end on chapter 1-1 on this. Tomorrow we'll talk about economic resources. If anybody has any questions, there will be a question at the end of this video for you to post your question.